Hello, 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 hello. Am I wearing the same shirt from yesterday? Absolutely. Absolutely. We're early today. We are early. This has no bearing on why I'm streaming early, but I'm meeting with my brother. Almost said a brother of mine. I have one brother. I'm meeting with my brother in about an hour, a little over an hour. And so, figured I'd get the stream in. Get the programming stream in. Yesterday we got smacked around a little bit. I wasn't a fan. All this stuff. I will say this. Something that came into my mind. I'll mention this. It's helpful to know. I didn't know you could do this. How so we have hidden, right? We have all this. And then we import hidden. Does that means we import like stuff we made. And that affects the rest of the code. That's helpful to me to know. But we're past that. We're done with that. I don't want to. It looks like this kind of stumped a lot of people, to be honest. I had to apply for elevated access. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. We're kind of moving on from that. XML. We're getting into this exercise. We're going to do this. Just kind of clean up our workspace. Like, workspace. Huh. And we're on to 24, right? Yep. 24. There we go. Oh, there's 3 errors in here. How are there 3 problems in this file? It's 1 line of code. Anyway, code. It's not even code. It's just like a. Anyway. All right. 6 minutes. A little better than 19. How are the comments? Oh, goodness. Okay. Well, not a lot going on in the comments. But yes, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through this. We're gonna copy the code, try and get it to. Hopefully we'll be able to do this one, get it to work. And yes, it feels like a Friday. It feels like I know we have a holiday coming up here in America. So that's probably it. It just feels like it feels like a Friday or something. Like it feels like I won't be streaming tomorrow, but I will be. Anyway.
Hello and welcome to Python for Everybody. I'm Charles Severance. I'm the author of the textbook, and we're going to do a little bit of code. If you want to get your hands on the code, go to the materials website, materials.php. Actually, materials.php and download the sample code. The code that we're going to work on today is the XML code, and we need to be able to talk XML to work with web services. And so here's one of the examples from the book. It's xml1.py. And so later we'll be pulling XML and JSON from the web, but for now we're just going to put it in a triple-quoted string, some data. And we're going to use a built-in XML parser in Python called element tree. And when we say import XML eTree element tree as ET, this as ET gives us basically a shortcut handle for it. And so the idea, this is a string, it has less thans and greater thans. It looks like structured information, and it is, but really at this point it's only a string. Now we have to call this ET from string to read this and give us back a tree object. And what it does is this might blow up. This code might blow up right here if there was a mistake in it. Okay, and matter of fact, I can probably put a mistake in. Let's see if I can delete this and save it and run this code, and we'll see that it will blow up. Right? And so it blew up here in line 8. Element tree blew up, it blew up in line 12 of the code, which is right here. This failed because the line 8 of the XML string was wrong. So let's put this that back.
What? How?
Back in. The line 8.
Line 12.
Of the XML string was wrong. So let's put this.
That's not. It's not.
Blew up.
Am I stupid? That's not what it was. It was 10.
Line 12 of the code, which element tree blew up. It blew up in line 12 of the code, which is right here. This failed because the line 8 of the XML string was wrong. So let's put this
it was 10.
That back in. Failed because the line 8
whatever. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something.
of the XML string was wrong. So let's put this that back in. So now it's properly formed XML. So this tree we get back, I name it tree just because I always name it tree, but you could name it X. So the key is tree.find goes and looks for a tag named find, and tree is no longer got less thans and greater thans in it. It is went and turned these into objects within objects within objects. So tree find name says I would like to find the tag name, and that's what this bit is right here. And then .text is went and turned these into objects within objects within objects. So tree find name says I would like to find the tag name, and that's what this bit is right here. And then .text is going within that and grabbing that text, okay? And if we say tree find .email, then that's going to give us this. And then that's that object, and then .get asks for email, then that's going to give us this. And then that's that object, and .get asks for the contents of the hide attribute, which is the string yes. Okay. And so if we run this, now that it's fixed, Python tree xml1.py, it will pull in and get the name and the attribute. So it pulled the chuck out, and so you get this object, and then you kind of dive into that object, and so that's xml1.py. If you've got a tag, you can either get the text out of the tag or you can get an attribute out of the tag. So now let's take a look at xml2.py.
Oh, we got two.
Import element tree.
In that case, let's let's do this real quick, okay? This should be relatively straightforward. Import Sorry, I heard something. Heard something like outside. E-tree, element, tree, as ET. That's the first time we've done something like that, I think. Okay, person. Shoot. Per name. Chuck. Name. Oops. Phone type. Hello. Equals. Okay, and then we plus 173 4 5 6 D indent. Yes. Then phone email hide equals yes. I still am confused as to why this hide thing's only with the email. Why hide the email? I don't understand. I don't understand. Okay. Tree equals et dot from string data. Print name tree dot find hello name dot text print attribute tree dot find email get hide. Oops. 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 Goodness me. And okay, that should do it. That should do it. Clear all this out last night. Python 3 ex24.py. What? Oh, from strong, my bad. There we go. Let's try that back on for size. There we go. Good. Look at that. It's nice when it works.
And the attribute. So it pulled the chuck out. And so you get this object, and then you kind of dive into that object. And so that's XML1.py. If you've got a tag, you can either get the text out of the tag, or you can get
feeling better than last night.
So now let's take a look at XML2.py. Again, we import element tree, and we have a tag. And XML's always got to have a single outer tag. But this time we're going to have, in effect, a list. Now let's line this up a little better. There we go. That looks a little prettier.
Would it not have worked
and
otherwise?
So users, not the fact that it's users doesn't mean anything, but we often come up with semantically meaningful names for these things. Users is going to have as its children a list of user tags. Okay, so the children under user, user under user, and then this has each of these as a tag. So we want to parse this, and this is a common thing we want to do. So again, the first thing we do is we read the string to just take this. It's a triple quoted string going from here to here. And then we're going to, instead of doing find, which gives us one tag, we're going to do find all, the users tag, the user tag that is a child of users. And we get back a Python list of the tags, not of the text, but of the tags. So there's one tag, and there is another tag. And so we can do len of that, so we can see that we got 2. And then we can write a for loop, and this item is going to iterate through the tags that are the user tags that are children of users. So the first time item is going to be this tag, a tag, remember, and then the second time it's going to be this tag. And so we can do things like find and get, just like we did with in XML1. So running this is not too exciting. Python 3 and get, just like we did. So we can do things like find and get, just like we did with in XML1. So running this is not too exciting. Python 3 xml2.py. You see that there are 2 users. That comes from this print right here. There are 2 users in there, and the first one, if we go into name and we go find the text within the name tag within user, then we get Chuck, and we get the ID, which is 001. So we find the ID within that item, and then we get the text, and then we look and we grab the X attribute off of that, and so we see Chuck 001 and 2, and then in the next tag the for loop continues, and we print that out. Okay, and so that's just a basic run through of the XML from the chapter in the Python book. Okay, thanks. As its children, a list of user tags. There we go. That looks a little prettier. And so users, not the fact that it's users doesn't mean anything, but we often come up with semantically meaningful names for these things.
I'm just listening to this part again.
Users is going to have as its children a list of user tags. Okay, so as its children a list.
As its children?
Users is going to have as its children a list of user tags. Okay, so the children under user, user under user, and then this has each of these user, children under user, user under user, and then this has each of these as a tag. So we want to parse this, and this is a common thing we want to do, and then this has each of these as a tag. So we want to, and then this has each of these as a tag. So we want to parse this, and this is a common thing we want to do. Under user, user under user, and then this has each of these as a tag.
Each of those has a tag, or each of those is a tag?
So we want to parse under user, user under user, and then this has each of these as a tag. So this has each of these as a tag, and then this has each of these as a tag. So we want to parse this, and this is a common thing we want to have the X attribute, and then we get the text, and then we look and we grab the X, then we get Chuck, and we get find the text within the name tag within user.
Okay.
Then we get Chuck, and we get the ID, which is 001, so we find the ID within that item, and then we get the text, and then we look and we grab the X attribute off of that, and so we see Chuck 001 and 2, and then in the next tag the for loop continues, and we print that out. Okay, and so that's just the first.
Hold on really quick. What's XML tags are the important features of XML document. Oh, so it's like this is a tag. Okay, I remember. Okay. So this isn't like this is a tag, but also like users a tag. Users a tag. Users also a tag, if I'm not mistaken.
Time item is triple quoted string going from here to here. Do, and then this has.
Okay, let's begin, shall we? I will make a new thing. Make it 25, right? Get this out of here. And we'll go import XML tree elementary as et input equals all these equals or greater than, less than things are going to be tricky to type. Users, or maybe not. Users might be. Come on now. User x equals all these indentations. 001 ID. Yeah, so like, yeah, ID's a tag. ID's a tag. Shove that down. Name Chuck. Name. Back it up. And the user tag. Make a new user. X equals 7. Slash. I'm getting better with this stuff, you know what I mean? Like typing at least. Knowing where this crud is. Slashes and greater thans and less thans and all that. Never use this stuff otherwise. Okay, now we're wrapping up users. Wrapping up stuff. Hello? There we go.
As
Wait
each
till
of the,
you,
so then we're going to find the child. See that we this item is
scroll
going
down
to
for me?
the tag item is going to be this.
I think, is that,
This tag.
okay, that's all we need. Stuff equals et from string input list stuff dot find all. Heimdall's brother, find all. Wait, well, I'm sorry. Hold on. List equals stuff dot find all users slash user. So I basically just like find all the stuff within users and user. Equals stuff. Find all users. User. Oops. Okay, print. Is count. Length of list. And we'll iterate through, which is the part that I'm most comfortable with out of all this. Or if there's a job where I can just make stuff to iterate for other things. Find name. Oops. Dot text print ID. Find ID. Is. And one more. Print attribute. X. Okay. That should do it. 25. Hey, user count, name Chuck, ID attribute name Brent, Brent 097. Yep, cool.
Thanks. The XML from the print that out. Okay. And so that's just a basic run through of the XML from the chapter in the Python book. Okay, thanks. And so we see Chuck 001 and 2, and then in the next tag the for loop continues, and we print that out. Okay, and so that's just a basic run through of the
Oh, sweet. Oh, no. So this is not the user count. This is just how, like, this is the attribute, right? Chuck 012. Name Brent 009, 007. 009, and then just 7. Because there are two of these. Like that's one, that's why there's two. Okay. All right. A little more doable than yesterday. Tomorrow we'll go through, try and do this again, try and remember this again. We'll do that with 24 as well. So that's going to do it for today. I'm going to try and have some food before I meet with my brother. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. But please leave a comment down below if you have a prayer request. I'd love to know how I can be praying for you guys. But love God, love people, and I will see you guys soon.